There we go.
I think we're live now.
Okay, great.
You see it? Yep, we should be live now.
Woo!
We've been live for 5 minutes, but that's always the way we do it. Welcome, Sharinna. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. This is me at home reaching out to everybody who has more interesting lives than me and talking to them.
I don't have a more interesting life than you, so let's make that very clear right now.
Right, we dream that way. Oh, hold on, we got something. Hold on, I think as usual, I left the thing. There we go. All right, so I'm going to try to look at the chat. I was bad at it last time, but I'll try to be better at it this time. And we're going to talk about a bunch of stuff. So if you guys don't know, Sharinna is an actress here in New York. She has been featured on many an on-set video, including the very first appearance of the Muppet.
Yes.
Yeah, we need to make sure that we need to make sure we had the right person for that.
I don't know what that means, but I'm going to take it as a compliment. It's going to go ahead and flow with that.
Somebody that could do it with a straight face, and
yeah, I did. I tried really hard. It was very hard.
Yeah, it was super fun. But we met. So was it through Jordan? Is that who?
Yes, Jordan put a Facebook status that you were looking for an actress/model to do a Battlestar Galactica scene.
Yep.
For Adorama.
Yep, and it was pretty epic. We were in the middle of the store. See, so you've been there since that time period.
Actually, fun fact.
Yep.
Fun fact about that video, I used it on my demo reel for like 5 years.
I mean, you did a great job. I mean, you're an excellent actress, I must.
Thank you.
I don't compliment easily, but yes, it sure is an excellent actor.
You really don't. You've said I have a round face for the last 7 years, so
yeah,
I don't know what to tell you.
It's getting less round.
And I'm gonna take a sip of my drink.
Yeah. So right. So that's back in the day. So I sometimes say that. I think people that kind of come in now and see how we are now, they almost don't understand like how we literally used to be in the middle of a store doing demos. Like that one was literally in the middle of the store.
Yeah, you could see all the camera equipment right behind me.
Yep, nuts.
But it was kind of cool. It was a very live experience. Everyone was sitting. Everyone had the whole experience. It was cool. Like in New York, that's expected.
Yeah, right. I think that's the thing, right? I think that's just the vibe in New York. People just come in. They're just like, oh, and I would just grab people and be like, hold this.
Yeah,
I think I still do.
You still do that, actually. It's part of your charm.
Oh, from Canada, too.
Oh, really? Let me see if I can see who's here.
We're international.
Fun, just had a whole attack. Oh, really? Well, hey, everybody, thanks for joining. Is Seth joining too?
He said he's in a call, whatever that means.
Boo call. Well, for anybody that's wondering, I'm drinking an Amaro. So happy hour that started at 3 on a Friday.
I mean, it's Friday, and I don't know how he's working anyways. It's Passover. They should be chilling.
Oh, true. Yeah. I'm supposed to not be eating meat or anything.
That's true. So. Yeah. Mom, if you're watching, I haven't eaten any meat, I swear.
Yeah, he hasn't. Not that I would know. I'm just here defending you like always. I always have your back.
So to anybody, thank you. I appreciate it. To anybody who, is celebrating Passover or whatever, happy Passover. I don't know what you're supposed to say Passover.
Yeah, do you say happy Passover? Yeah. I don't know either.
I guess it's happy. I always used to ask Ephraim, Ephraim, about the various holidays, because some of them, now I'm in this weird conversation about Jewish holidays that I don't know that much of, so hopefully I won't offend anybody, but some of them are very sad, right? Because they're events, and then some are like super happy. So I'm always like, is this a happy one? I feel like Passover is pretty
just happy. To be sure, are we in a happy holiday or religious day?
Some of them,
or not.
They're not, yeah. So I think Passover is pretty happy. So
it's happy, but then you also have limitations on when you can eat, so that's also a little bit not happy.
Yeah, right. They do the bread and everything, and yeah, it's pretty cool. Anyway, so that's about my knowledge of Passover and Jewish
That's
holidays.
about mine too.
We've done it, right? But when you live in New York, you learn this, right? Because I didn't know about it when I didn't live in New York.
True.
Um, okay, so you're from Miami originally, yeah. You always lived down there?
Well, up there. I was born in Puerto Rico, and I lived most of my life in Miami. So
Yeah.
that's I think what I consider my hometown. I mean, I got to New York saying salmon and irregardless, you know. So I had to change my accent real quick just to blend in. Now I say coffee.
Now you speak like a New Yorker. Yeah, that's very cool
I'm
because
a
I
New
also
Yorker.
like my time in Miami. We should someday shoot down there. We always say that. So someday we'll
You
coincide.
had short hair in Miami. I mean, it was a different time.
It was a different time. It was wild times on
There's a
South.
lot of modeling in Miami, but it's just so different than what it is in New York. I think New York looks for a lot more like real people, attractive real people, you know, like everyday people, interesting faces. Miami's like a very specific look, and so it was different.
Yeah,
And
I
I think I
agree.
would never have modeled in Miami at all.
Yeah, because I think a lot of Miami, I mean, I haven't worked down there in years, but when I was there, a lot of it was like very kind of European catalog markets. It was very
Oh yeah,
like, I mean, don't get me wrong, these people that are in these catalogs are beautiful, but they were kind of this kind of, would you imagine, like generic model? Like that's the look that did well in Miami, kind of very
yeah.
clean, very simple.
Can wear a
Um,
bathing suit really well.
yeah, bathing
You know,
suits, and a lot of them are German, so they kind of look for that, or at least back then, look for kind of Germanish looking people,
yeah.
so, lots of blondes, basically.
Lots of
But
bonds, absolutely.
but nobody who lives down there is that. But all the
No,
models,
they just go there to model.
they're there for the season. Yeah, exactly. Uh, okay, so if you guys have any questions, go ahead. We're gonna actually.
Totally.
Oh, another Canadian.
Canada's
We're gonna go
killing
through
it
this because
today.
Sharinna was so good and dug up some pictures. So let's see if I can do this without screwing everything up. I'm gonna move this screen. I'm becoming more high tech the
It's a
longer I do this.
blast from the past.
Yeah, and we're gonna look at some stuff, and I'll see if I can remember what they are.
Yeah, 6 years ago, it was like Dave just pretty much dealt with that. We love me some Dave.
Yeah, Dave is the best. Okay, so let's see. I have the folder here, and I'm gonna hit screen share. So people that are watching, let me know if this is actually sharing or not. I mean, it's
Hopefully
not
I can
sharing yet.
see it
On
from here.
screen share. I think I can just share my desktop, which is this one. Share. Ba-dum, ba-dum.
Ooh, there we are.
Oh yeah. So I made you my background.
I know, I love that photo.
And what's great about this photo, by the way, guys, this is like the best thing ever as a photographer. So we went to, what do they call it? The fountains there, right?
Yeah, like Central Park where the fountain was.
Yeah, and we were shooting a video about making headshots, and then there was this beautiful light, like right in the bottom area of the, what would you call it? Did I just lose a Zoom call?
No, or I'm still here, but can you see me? Oh,
I see. I moved over. Okay, all of a sudden I realized you weren't there. Clearly, I wasn't paying attention to you for a minute because I just noticed it. Yeah, so we were doing a headshot video.
yeah, but I'm here.
Yeah, and then we were basically like, I was like, oh, sit here, and you sat on the ground, and then I took like one or maybe two frames, and it was so warm. I was like, oh, this is too warm. We can't really use the light here because it was bouncing all around, and it ends up being like one of my favorite shots.
It was actually the shot of the whole shoot. Those 3 photos were the shot, and I used this headshot for 3 years after that.
Yeah, it's really crazy, because just in the moment I was like, oh, we can't really use this. The color's not good. But then we went back and I just white balanced against it. And actually, that's why it's so blue behind her, because we had to correct the light on her face. But it goes to show you, sometimes the shot that
You just never know.
Yeah, you don't know. I mean, you can actually
I remember how shocked you were. Like you texted me, you go, can you believe this is a shot I thought it was not working? I thought it was so cool.
Yeah, sometimes we don't know. I'm trying to find it so I can blow it up really big and see if I can make it so people can see inside your eyeball.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yep. There it is. You
There
can
it
see
is.
up my brain. You can see literally my brain. What am I thinking? Thinking in Spanish.
So yeah, I mean, it's a little pixely, but you can actually see, like, I'm literally sitting, I guess that must be Dave next to me because there's somebody next to me, sitting on the ground, right, in front of you. And that's literally just the light kind of coming and he's bouncing around this large space. And it just made the nicest light. So sometimes, you know, you got to go with what's there.
Yeah, I love that
Natural light.
shot.
Yeah, so cool. So that was good. But I guess you have listed here, this is the first photo shoot ever. And you're also
yeah, this was actually the first. So before this, you were only doing scenes with me.
That's right.
Figures. And then this was the first time you're like, hey, I'm doing like a beauty shoot. Could you come? This is 2014. And I was like, sure. And this is the first photo ever, which I think is so cute.
Yeah,
this
right.
was 6 years ago. Yeah. I mean,
you look good.
I'll take it. I'll take it. That was me fresh out of the Miami wagon.
Yeah, and you can tell.
So you can tell totally. Just like the earrings, the large diamond earrings. Yeah, it's all happening.
Yeah, you're busting it out. So hold on, but then if that's, hold on, is that the same jean jacket is the question? No, one's a jean shirt.
That one, the second one was a t-shirt, like a denim shirt.
Yeah, I'm trying to find that shot.
And
see
this
how
one's
it was from, like, what year was that one? I should have paid attention to it when I clicked on it.
That one, so that one's 2014, and the other one was 2016.
Oh, so 2 years apart. Okay, because I think you got the same lip gloss.
Yeah, I do have a very specific lip color that I use all the time.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, that must be your thing.
Oh yeah, there's like a nude color that's very specific.
Yeah, it's good. It looks good on you. Yeah, so that's that. Okay, hold on. Am I missing questions? The money shot. How did we first meet? So yeah, unless you came in after we said that. So right, there was a guy named Jordan. Hey Jordan, I don't know where you are in life, but every once in a while I see him pop up on my Facebook. Jordan's awesome, and I guess Jordan's an actor. I mean, he was a filmmaker basically, but
and a writer. I think he was also a writer.
Yeah, such a talented guy, so funny. Yeah, it was just in circles of friends, you know.
Yeah, he put a Facebook status, asked me if I was available for Dave. Daniel was looking for an actress, and then we did a Battlestar Galactica acting scene in the middle of Adorama store, and then that's
which is actually on. It's actually on the YouTube. If you look for it, I think it's actually on my YouTube. You just have to drag down a bit to find it.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
when we them like, yeah, it's just so funny. Like I mean, I wish that we had a nicer background because you guys did a great job. It was you and this gentleman Andy,
who
I've kind of lost contact with since then, but it's super nice. And
also the close-ups were really pretty. You're right about the background because it was very close up on us, so we were able to use it for our own, reels, which was great. It's hard to find good footage these days.
Yeah, no, it was good. I mean, we do all right.
We
shot it with like high-end cameras and stuff. I think we did that one too, if I can't remember. But we used to do it. So we used to do 3 of these in a day, and then I think that one we might have done it this way, where we lit it and shot it, and then I think Dave edited it like in the middle, and then we did another scene after. I can't remember if we did that or not to that one.
I think so. We did a couple of like scenes, so I'm sure one of those times he did that.
Yeah, that was kind of fun. That we realized wasn't as interesting to watch as you would think, so we stopped doing it that way. But yeah,
true.
Yeah, I guess editing is a very specific thing, because when you're editing, you're kind of in your head, so it's like it's hard to like edit and talk
at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think when you watch YouTube videos of people doing it, it's because they probably already edited it once, and then now they're doing it for the video. That's
exactly.
Okay, so that's 2014. So let's see what else we got. We got all kinds of good pictures here. So that was just a beauty thing in Adorama. That's fun. First photo shoot ever. So I think if I hit the space bar, yeah, there we go. Look at that. I'm learning how to use a computer.
There's oh my God, look I'm so proud of you. That was right after that.
Right? Is this so there's a bunch of yeah, okay. So this I think was for light panels. Is that true?
Yeah, and that was a whole, like, you had 2 or 3 models, and we went outside Adorama store and had people like shoot at us as well. Like you gave a speech about it, and then they would try it themselves.
So that was an open shoot. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, like an open shoot, but yeah, this is in the middle of the street.
Yeah, exactly right. That's the middle of the street.
Literally in the middle of the street, and
that's the kind of stuff that we do.
then you had different like light panels. It was
Yeah,
very
that
like
makes sense.
rough, like, oh yeah, let's just go out and start shooting, and then these gorgeous pictures would come out, and it was
Yeah, and
shocking.
what I think is interesting about this kind of stuff is that we talk about this sometimes with Seth. Like you would get like this is outside, right? So and we're showing like how to do different things. This is probably high speed sync or something. And like
Hmm.
still people would show up at these things and just like shoot without the flash. And it's like, but you're not gonna be able to get the thing that we're doing. I never could understand that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, it's weird. But yeah, so we
There's
used to
actually
do.
a picture of us, you and
Oh
I, that
yeah,
I'm wearing that same outfit, and it's one of
yeah,
the OG photos of us too.
yeah. There it is.
Yeah, there
Yeah,
it is.
there we are. There I am. I'm
Oh,
yelling at
look at
somebody.
us.
Apparently,
Yep, yep.
I'm still wearing a black T-shirt, so I look the same, I guess.
Your
Actually,
hair's
that's
like
not a bad shot
the
of me.
same in length. No, you look
Yeah,
great.
yeah. You always look good, but I think I look good. I'm gonna keep this one.
You look
I don't know what
great.
I'm talking about. I'm yelling. That's probably when I first started. 'Cause I do that like that little build up. There you go. That truck is
Actually,
always
I've only
parked.
seen you yell once in my life, and it was the best moment of my life.
Oh no. When did I
Because it
yell?
was very, as somebody who just kept annoying you during an onset, was not letting you speak, but it's still very like composed. You didn't
Oh,
lose your, didn't lose it, but you were like, okay, sir, thank you. And I was like, oh man, that's great. I went out
yeah.
of character.
I feel like that Seth keeps a track of every time I yell at somebody. But I think if somebody keeps track of it, then that means I must not do it that often since he has to bring it up.
Yeah, he probably can, count it with
Oh,
one hand. So,
okay, so Afero Consulting AB Projects wants to know about some of the acting that you do. Let's hear about your acting. Let me stop
oh,
sharing.
well, I'm mainly film and TV. But the last December and January, December 2019, I actually did my first off Broadway play in New York, and Daniel came to watch
It was awesome.
that. And I played dominatrix sex writer, and that was very fun. Her name was Angelina, and I love that play, The Year of the Solar Eclipse. So that was the first time I did theater, and I really enjoyed it. So as a film and TV actress, it was nice to do a play in New York and kind of have that New York theater energy. But mainly film and TV. I've done like New Amsterdam, Law and Order. So yeah, just kind of hustling and little by little getting more and more opportunities. But Latinos in the industry are still growing. So in the next couple of years, I think you'll see a lot more of us on television than the last, I would say, decade. So yeah, film and TV, baby. That's where it's at.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, she's a great actress and always plays a cop.
Always play a cop,
I feel like
detective,
every time I see a picture of
military
you, you're a
woman.
cop.
I just have that like tough bitch vibe,
Yeah.
but I'm a sensitive, bubbly, nerd. So it's fun that your type is so to sometimes who you are. So
No,
yeah,
it's true. It's
it's been
true.
it's been a
Whenever I
fun
see that,
ride.
I'm always like, yeah, if I didn't know you, like, I mean, not that you couldn't be a cop, I suppose, but like you play it like you look like that when they dress you up. I'm always like, oh, wow.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah, yeah, yeah. And I love it. Like it's so. When I did the U.S. Army commercial, I was wearing like full military gear, and I was walking around. Sergeant was like, "Private, what are you doing? Like, you should be with your group." And I go, "Oh no, I'm an actress. I'm so sorry." I got super girly when he asked me because I was like, "He's gonna ask me to do push-ups and I'm gonna die." He was like, "Ah!"
oh, that's awesome. Yeah, there you go. Right, you pulled it off.
Yep, 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 yep.
That's it. Live the role. That's it. Did you really just suggest Rembrandt lighting look? Oh, no. Yeah, and we actually did. I'm jumping out of order because you mentioned the play, which was actually awesome. In fact,
Thanks for
it ran a
coming.
second time, right?
Yeah, it ran in January again. We came for another weekend. That was really
Yeah,
fun.
super cool. Yeah, that was really fun. So I appreciate you inviting me to that. Um, let's see. So Ortega from Altered Carbon is her spirit animal. There you go.
Oh yeah, I heard that so many times. You're right. Totally.
Um, how are you doing today? Oh, huh.
How,
Okay,
how are
cool.
you
Yeah,
doing today, Daniel?
I'm doing pretty good. Thank you. Yeah, so we made you missed out on this, Sharinna, because it's not over. You can still do it. I challenge people to make a photo of some kind of a drink. So I guess in your case would be that drink with
Oh,
just one light bulb. So if you have a light bulb somewhere, make a photo and post it. Yeah.
I do. Yeah. Ooh. I mean, I'm giving a shot at photography now since I don't have you around, and you approved my photo that I posted. So
Well,
I've made it.
I said this when I had Marissa on. I mean, granted, it's interesting to me because clearly, on an actual job, you still need somebody to take your picture. But I'm noticing that like a lot of people that I follow that are models and actors are doing more, and I don't want to call them selfies because it's almost insulting. They like actually taking the time to take nicer shots of themselves, and they're doing a great job. And I'm just like, wow, that's good for you.
Well,
You won't need
no
us
joke,
anymore.
but just being on the onset, world, you listen more than you think you do. So you're catching what you guys are saying, and then you're translating into your own photography. So you gotta have taught your own models how to like I know which side of my face works only because of the events we've done.
Yeah, and that's great, and I think that's really cool that's the case. I do love that. Because the thing is, if you're in the field anyways, you're an actor, you're a model, you're a hairstylist, whatever. You're obviously a creative person, so this is just a matter of learning the tools. So yeah, I love when models start shooting. Let's see, photo shoots. Oh, okay. Oh, it's snowing in New Brunswick. New Brunswick,
Is it?
Connecticut. There's
That's
probably a lot of New
Canada.
Brunswick. Oh, is that Canada?
New Brunswick, Canada. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
I love that shoot where you almost
Whenever I don't
caged
know where something
Sharinna
is,
V
I
flags.
always say Connecticut.
Yeah, you're like, oh, it's in Connecticut? Oh, cool. You're like
Well, because
Puerto Rico,
basically,
Connecticut? That's cool.
well, that's because see, I'm from the Northeast, and in the Northeast, like we were the first people, right? Well, oh, okay, the people in Pennsylvania are going to start getting up here and say that not that
You're
we weren't,
starting when I'm on. You're starting crap when I'm on.
right?
Unbelievable.
So like if you go like just in like New England area, like almost anywhere else in the country, if you look for a town, it's also in New England. It's like they just copied all our names. And same thing for you, Canada.
Again, you're starting crap. Guys, I didn't plan this beforehand. I didn't know he was gonna go this route.
Who knew I was going to talk about that?
Not me. Actually, talking about are you looking through the photos?
Yeah, I can.
Just since I mentioned the play Dominatrix look, you and I kind of recreated
Yeah,
a
we did.
Dominatrix pinup vibe shoot, which we haven't really posted it. So
yeah, it's here, I'll show. This is first look, guys. So
first
okay,
look.
so pictures here. Let me go back and share again. I'm getting good at this. Probably not. I can do my desktop. That's probably the best way to do it.
Well, you're doing more than I would, so you're better than me.
There
we go. Wow.
Yeah, right.
That was a cool shoot.
There she is, looking all
Pin-up-y.
moody. Pin-up-y. It's very funny because that chair that you sat on has been in the studio forever. I mean, I think Rod brought it in, and I was like, I move it every single time I do a shoot. So finally, I was like, let's use this chair.
Yeah.
But yeah,
you were like, really, you want to use that chair? But then it worked with the red lipstick.
Yeah, no, it totally worked. And then there's another. Oh, it didn't open both of them for some reason. Hold on, let me try to do this again. I thought I had it figured out, and I didn't know how to do it. Is it this one? Nope, that's from earlier. That's from the same shoot, but it's different. Nope, no, I don't double click on it. What I have to do is hit the space bar.
Use space bar. Mm-hmm.
Boom. Nope.
It would be the other one.
Nope, I just did it. Okay. People
Cool.
are now learning I don't know how to do. Okay, let's try that one more time. I'm going to go down to the picture and I'm going to hit the space bar. There it is. Now,
yeah.
in theory, I can go like that and it'll go to the next one. There we go.
There we
and there's
go.
The other one. Yeah, these I thought were really fun to make. We were using this.
I don't know how you were able to give me more curves than I already had. Like half.
Got to use, the.
Only you can do that.
Yeah, because I feel like that a lot of times when people want to do something that's got like a pinup vibe, it can come off. No offense, I'd love to offend people. I guess it can come off awful cheesy, Because I think what they do is they don't. You have to understand that when people were doing pinup, the pinup people think of, that was like modern photography for them. So like when you are doing that stuff, you have to add a little bit of something that's now. Otherwise, it just comes off as an old picture. That why would you bother? Somebody already did it. And that's the way I think. Anyway. So I try to modernize a little bit. You use the vibe of it, but you, yes, that's my feeling.
You implement new techniques.
I do. I use new
Somebody
techniques.
asked. I can't pronounce your name. Jebby Lofton, is actor or actress or doesn't it matter? Honestly, just FYI, I don't know. I personally, it doesn't matter to me. I say actress, but I know a lot of people want it to be actor because it's not about gender. So it just depends. Some people like actress or actor. I guess it's just like, you know, like a pronoun. So you run it by them, and whatever they like, then that's what you'll use. Just FYI.
Yeah, I
Sorry
think
if I
that's
butchered
true.
your name.
No, no, that's good. I think that's a really good point, and actually the right way to approach everything in life. You know,
Yeah.
everybody is unique individual. You want to ask them. I mean, I think that you're generally safer, from my point of view, with actor, because some people may not want
Yeah,
the other.
100%.
But you know, it depends on the person. So
It's like when people ask me, are you Latina or Spanish? Never Spanish. You only say Latina or Hispanic. You don't call somebody that's of Latino heritage a Spanish person. That's a no-no.
ah, because you'd have to be from
So,
Spain to be
of course,
Spanish.
that's still you can run it by other people. Exactly. So Spanish people are from Spain. Everything else, you're Latino or you're from that specific country. Just all kind of life lessons here today.
There we go. We're all kinds of. Yeah, this is good. This is good information. Um, do I ever come to Texas? I have been to Texas a few times, and I actually really like Texas. Uh, I've been to Austin a few times, and I've been to
Mm.
Dallas. And I mean, when I was a kid, we were all over the place. We used to drive across the country. My father would take all his vacation time at once, and we would get in the car. We had a camper, and we would literally just drive across the country for a month. That's a little bit what we did.
Oh, how fun.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So I mean, I probably didn't appreciate it when I was a kid, but I appreciate it now. Thanks, Dad. But
That's
you know,
incredible.
so I've been all over the place, but as an adult, I've been to Austin and Dallas, and they're both really fun.
Yeah, I've been to Dallas as well, and I bought pink boots, so it was a good trip.
Nice. Very distinctly, I remember going to Austin, Texas the first time as a photo assistant, and I was working for this photographer, Dakota, and he was so into cowboy boots, which was pretty awesome because like he was a Miami photographer that wore cowboy boots, which I thought was fun to
Oh,
have. But
that,
he was like, yeah,
interesting.
one of the best boot makers is in Austin. So like we literally took like half a day. We went and flew there for a job, and then we took like
Yeah.
half a day to go to this place and get boots made for him, and it was so fun. I mean, it was awesome.
Was it worth it?
Yeah, I mean, he loved it. It was so funny because he went with like a bunch of money to buy because he's like, oh, I'm gonna get really fancy boots or whatever. And then he went in there and he saw like this. They were beautiful, but they were just very simple boots, and it was like a third of what he thought they were gonna cost. So he bought two
Wow.
pairs.
So he came out a winner, is what he did.
Yeah, and it made me want to get cowboy boots because
Look,
if
it
you
says
get them
Dallas
custom,
and Austin in the house. Hey, Dallas and Austin, what's up?
yeah, Austin is very very cool. So and Dallas was pretty cool too. I was only there for a little bit, so I can't really make too much of a comment on Dallas. But I've been to Austin a bunch of times. Okay, Karis, got any tips for people directing for the first time?
Hmm.
I'm putting together a short on the dark room and considering hiring an actor. Zero directing experience. Um, do you have tips about directing, Shereen?
Me, I think there are two kinds of directors. One is like an actor director, so somebody who understands what to get out of an actress or an actor. So like the emotion that you want, the technique that you want. So if you want to get a certain kind of emotion out of an actor, you have to know how to speak to them in a way that gives you what you need. On the technical side, I'm sure you would know better than I what how they need to approach it. But for actors, especially starting out, and if they're doing a project of yours, a good close up that they can use in their portfolio is amazing, or on their demo reel. So always get a good close up of an actor when they're doing a scene because we're able to use that, and for us, it's like a good shot. So that would be my advice when it comes to that.
Oh yeah, that's good advice. I mean, as far as directing people, I think that I mean it depends on who you're working with, right? It really depends. Like if you're working with a good actor, like I remember when the very first thing we ever did, right? So we got there. I mean, I basically directed that. So when we got there, I just had you do it. Like a lot of people will start directing before they see what's there. And I
Yeah.
don't do that personally. I like to see what the actor brings to the table. And sometimes it's different than I was originally thinking, but if it works, especially if you're only doing a scene, so it doesn't have to connect with all kinds of other things, then I like to let them go with it because that's the beauty of being an actor. An actor looks at the words on a page or whatever, and they bring emotion from their past or their experiences or things they can imagine, and they make that character live. And that's what I love about actors. I think it's so I like to just let actors do their thing, you know.
Yeah, that's a
Um,
great way to approach it too.
generally, I mean, of course there's times where you have to be, a lot of times after a couple takes you might be like, well, when you did this way, I think it worked better with this, especially if you have multiple actors. But what I would generally do if I was working with somebody who was not an actor is I would try to not worry too much. I mean, especially if you're doing it in a dark, I don't know what the movie's about, so I don't really know. You
Of
might
course.
want to try to be as not to be too technical with them, because I think people get intimidated.
Yeah,
Make sure that you're getting the shots you want, but don't overly, direct them. Like, make sure you stand exactly here. Be looser with what you do because it'll be easier for them. I mean, that's generally
totally.
my advice, but I am not a director really. I'm more of a photographer.
And lucky you hired me to bring
Yes, I
all
did.
the quality and the experience. You see, the
Yeah.
Amaro's kicking in. That's what's happening.
Well, it's funny. I say this a lot. I work with people that I really like, is why I like you. But also that just have a lot of talent. Finding the right people is like so important, and don't be afraid to like hurt people's feelings. I mean, obviously be nice, but if somebody's not working or they're not the right person for that part, then don't use them. I mean, that makes life a lot easier. Use people that are appropriate. It'll make your life a lot easier.
Actually, you even do that when it comes to modeling because the models you choose, like I feel like you want to have like a good rapport with. Like you're not just like, oh, I'm gonna get a picture with somebody pretty. You kind of want to know our personality and like how you're gonna approach a shoot with us. And I think that you apply that too when it comes to modeling as much as directing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is a relationship game. That's the way I look at it. I think a lot of people
Hmm.
put way too much credence on technical, and technical is